Well, what's the crack? You're all very welcome to Buckshot Podcast. No, 133. Christ, I just threw a big scratchy bag in out of the way for, I don't know what day of the week or month or year it is. I think it's like about the 21st or 22nd of December. Ah, Christ almighty. Thank you very much to everybody got in touch this week. Yeah, you were sound. The Patreons got this one early, and they'll get this one early too as well. My thanks again to all the new Patreons that come on over the last couple of weeks. You're feeling very Christmassy. You're fucking plenty, lads. Thank you very, very much. You're what keep the lights on and actually pay the bills over here at Buckshot. You couldn't fucking do it without you. If you do want to throw some money towards the old podcast, go ahead. It'll be in the show notes. It'll be Tom O'Mahony, Buckshot at patreon.com/give me some fucking money. Don't worry, lads. You can go straight through the link. Also, there is a merch shop too. So if you want to get any of the merch, i.e. my weird face or some of the logos on pretty much anything these days. They've actually branched out. They're into cozies and everything for your beer. I don't know why you'd want it, but you're more than welcome. It all contributes towards the podcast. Anything else, you want to follow me on any of the usual social media platforms. I'm on everything pretty much. If you type in Tom O'Mahony, like I've said in the past, you'll either get me or my grandfather. And what he's doing on fucking Snapchat, I have no idea. The man is 99 years of age. Also, if you don't want to send me in long form, there's been a couple of sound people, easy knowing people on holiday, sending me long form emails, chats and all the rest. I love that shit. Screen grabs, whatever you got to do, wherever you're listening to it, let me know. I'm happy to fucking play along. Right, moving on, getting all that shite out of the way, moving on to today's guest. My guest today, probably the most nervous of all guests for some unknown bizarre reason. I don't know why. We're in a darkened lighting room here in University Concert Hall. Star of stage and TV, Rachel O'Connell.
How's it going, boy?
Thank you very much.
Nerves. Jeez.
I know, but you see, you're taking this. I love the fact that you're nervous, but you've never seen a woman take longer to eat a fucking panini. We were below in the canteen, and you were
trying to stall the
ball. You were nursing it like a youngster who's drank too much at a party, and you're there with the
I felt like I was going to my death. Are you ready now? I was like, just another minute, please.
I was watching you.
I want one more minute with the panini, please.
You were pushing out chips around the plate there. You were going, there might be a bit of vinegar over in this bit of the plate here, Tom. I'll rub off that bit. I can't go without eating, Tom. I can't go. I get sick if I don't eat.
I need to eat. I need my nourishment.
And of all the people on the cast,
I know.
You are the most, your character is the most outlandish of all the characters, because you...
Yeah, but when you have to record something or go on an interview, or you instantly, phone voice comes on.
Not at all. The people at Buckshot don't want to hear that fucking shit.
I know.
They want to hear cursing, swearing, and you having to crack. But you can relax. Yeah. It's alright.
I'm going to let you know. You take control now.
Oh, really? Because how myself and Rachel, we properly connected was talking about sminky shorts. Because you're originally from Cork.
Yeah.
So you have that kind of mad monster kind of fucking mentality about you. But in fairness, you're good, very good. Like, it's not often, because I think men practice it more to try and impress girls to do voices. Oh. That's why, and I don't think it's a natural thing. I think men just practice more because you're trying to impress girls doing funny shit.
To be funny, yeah.
So it's rare that you meet a girl that can just bang, bang, bang. Like, you have one, not to give away the show for anybody who might be coming to see it. I'd say it's nearly fucking sold out. But Rachel does a song. That'll tell you how my
does the song.
She do be doing the song.
I do be doing the song, and I be doing the singing and the
you do about 14 fucking different accents in the middle of the song.
Yeah, it's quite hard to sing and dance at the same time.
Were you always a mad scone as a child?
Yeah. Do you know when you're an only child, so you just end up talking to yourself anyway?
There you go. So Jesus, I thought we were going to have to go Dr. Phil on it and no, you just came straight out and said, I was an only child.
I was an only child, so I have no one else to talk to besides myself.
To tie you in the room.
Yeah.
Did they tie you?
Oh, did you?
Oh, grand. That's
yeah.
fine.
Oh, God, of course.
That might get weird there. Because then you started doing the sminky shorts thing, and you have the on it, like, so good, like.
But it's old now, so I didn't even know anyone else would kind of know about it.
Yeah, but I'm old.
Oh, we're fairly old, aren't we?
Well, you're young, but like, when you meet the dancers, you're like,
I am
I'm so old. Oh my God, I feel so tired. You're like,
oh my God, my legs are so sore.
You're like, your legs are brand new.
Yeah.
Your legs don't know pain.
Yeah. When you're 3, you can hop off a wall and like you're fine. Whereas when you're like in your 30s, you sleep funny and you wake up with like sciatica.
Do you do the getting up out of chairs?
I'm back down again.
Have you gotten to that stage in your life?
Yeah.
1 second, no. Yeah. I found myself getting out of a car the other day and I used the Holy Jesus bar. You know the Holy Jesus bar that's hanging, the one in the ceiling? I never knew what that was for. It's for people.
I thought it was to hang up shirts and stuff.
Well, yeah, it must be, but there's one.
Or for your mother when you're driving too fast and she goes, and she
Holy
wants,
Jesus.
she wants you to know.
Holy Jesus!
Oh, Jesus.
The Holy Jesus bar. And I used that to get out of a car the other day. Now,
Yeah.
it was a low car, but at the same time, come on. Come on. I went, huh? Jesus
What are you
Christ.
doing in the car, Tom, that you needed to get out like that?
I was killed to what I was up to now. You wouldn't want to know. Oh, Jesus Christ almighty.
Stop.
Off his head.
It's
Off his head. He just wanted to be the cheese.
I want to be cheese. Yeah, he's new. He's good all over the place. He probably shit himself today.
Shit all over.
Shit everywhere.
What's your favourite one?
My favourite, Fat Rabbit is quite funny, but I just watched it there a while ago. But I love the donkeys. The
I think because you do that one the most. Yes.
3 months. Give us a look at him. Lovely donkey. You think he's father?
I think for me, and I don't know. I
people
think
make that voice when they see
they
things.
do it with our lad now, and it's, he's only 3 months.
He's only 3 months.
He's a bulb off you. He's a bulb off you. Or like he's the what?
He looks like the same as every baby.
Yeah, he's roundy.
He's bald.
Yeah, and he's quite Asian looking actually, as it happens.
Quite Asian.
He is well, he's not now. In fairness, his eyes
I
widen.
was told I was quite Asian looking
But
when I came out.
For the first month,
Yeah.
he was Asian. He was, and he didn't look like a young Asian baby. He
The
looked
wrong
like
one.
he looked like he could have been like a wistful master. You know what I mean? If he had a white mustache, really long one, he looked Asian.
It's his facial expression.
And he got a touch of jaundice as well. You see.
Oh.
So he's, I know we're getting slightly racist here. We're only probably 5 minutes into the podcast.
Oh, no.
Don't worry.
That was one thing I said to him. I was like, Rachel, whatever you do now, don't make those kind of jokes. Don't make those kind of jokes. They're fine.
Don't worry. Haley
They're
Joe has
fine
broken
in
those
private.
barriers for you already.
Oh, no.
She went utterly racist accidentally.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
With what? With, like,
Just because she lives.
certain communities. That
Yeah, she lives in London and she
Yeah.
just got very racist
Oh,
accidentally. Yeah.
No, we won't
But then, shall we know what Haley Joe is like?
No,
Shall we know what far right Haley Joe is what she's known. I think my favourite one is probably, and it's only because I knew lads that actually sounded like that growing up, was the Tommy the Turtle one.
I was going to say the turtle. You're laughing. Sit down, Tommy.
But it's because I knew lads that spoke like that.
Yeah.
Look,
What is it? I'm eating raw.
I'm fucking eating road by. And I knew, like, these are the lads that go, well, and they stick to, how they salute each other when they pass.
With their hand.
It's the back of their hand.
Like they've got arthritis.
Yeah, curled back, and they stick
like
the
crooked
back of their
finger.
hand through the windscreen. And they say things like, lay, and they have phrases for doing donuts. Like, what? Yeah, what? Bat, bat, bat. They actually get stickers that says bat, bat on the back of their windscreen. Yeah, there is stickers you can get.
They're the fellas that used to put the old milk bottle
Yeah.
stick it into their bicycle to make it sound.
I won't lie, I kind of did that.
Did
I
you
did
do
it
that?
with a flower pot. I remember a tiny little flower pot. I was able to get a bit of it in, and it made my.
Just to make the wheel sound
So
strange.
weren't there simpler times back then, right?
Sure, like what? Why would that impress anyone?
Did you do but you sound country, but you are city.
Yeah.
Did you do what kind of as a young child, as a youth, and you were a fucking only child?
Yeah.
You must have been so inventive with shit.
I was, but
Did
I
you
was
have it-
so protected because I couldn't go across the road.
Go away.
That was the rough side, going
Across the road was the rough side.
The rough side. Yeah.
What was it?
So we'd all run to the road, to the footpath, and everyone else would run across the road to go to the shop, and I would be standing there as if there was this
This barrier.
completely.
It's so sad.
Oh, goodbye.
Do you want to be in the shop?
Bring me make some good hoops.
Did you say you wanted what? Kyler roll. Rachel wants Kyler roll. Rachel, she's all over. She's all over. She's shitting all over. But I knew lads, you see, that used to say shit like that, like, it's clean lifting. You're clean lifting. What? What? It obviously means speed.
Sorry.
Hello,
There's nothing
Pius.
to repeat.
Oh, that's Siri.
We're recording a bit of a podcast.
How are you, Pius?
Absolutely.
Do you want to come in and have a chat, Pius?
I'm good. Well, that was Pius.
That was the man who owns this box.
He owns
This isn't my box.
We're-
This is Pius's box.
I knew. This is why I wanted you on the podcast. I knew you were going to say inappropriate
I knew
things.
that I'd say the minute I came on. Sure,
Yeah,
always.
All you've been doing is you've had a seatbelt on all
I've been
inappropriate
trying
things.
to be so restrained, like
Why?
yeah, just people be listening back, and then I'd be going, oh Jesus, I can't believe I said
People
that.
This is what people want to hear. Trust me. Everybody cuts loose.
But you saw it like the first few days where it would be like, there's the line, and it's like, I jump above the line, and I'm like, hey, I've gone beyond the line.
Yeah, but I've already got my foot on the floor going clean lifting past the line anyway. So anybody who wants to just join me on the other side of the line, happy fucking
just
days.
come on over.
We went for lunch with colleagues the other day, and it was the Tom and Rachel show. Like it was like the two lads were having the crack, but at the same time we were like, yeah, be kept funny, but what if she died?
What if she died?
Jesus Christ!
When the joke gets so exaggerated, and you can see it in your head.
It's a competitive edge too. If there's another person, i.e., you and me, or across, you go so far and I go, she's going there.
She's going there.
I'm
going to bring it out.
Right, if she's going there,
because you said that. You're like, I knew, I laid it down for you. There you are. You took it.
And I cannot. As I get older, I'm getting a bit more mature, and I can now leave it to people somewhat. But when it gets dark, I'm like, king of dark.
Or socially awkward.
Yeah,
because I'd be pure socially awkward.
But that is one of
someone else's.
I fucking relish social awkwardness.
The waitress.
We had this waitress the other day, and to say that this, God bless her, she was such.
Did know when to leave. Did know when to go.
She was faced with a few different weird permutations. The restaurant was closing.
Yeah.
She was being very polite to us.
Very.
But then she wanted something in return, i.e., conversation.
And tickets.
To the fucking panto. And it didn't help that Rachel was sitting there with a full face. Now, I mean, there's panto makeup, and then there's Traveller Wedding. And Rachel was...
See, I didn't want to say that.
Well, you were.
I was afraid that if I said that, who's that?
What if I check something?
How are you?
Of course, yeah.
We're doing a thing.
We're doing it.
Do you need to check it? Yeah, do you want to check it now? Or are we done in about half an hour?
Check it in half an hour.
Sound.
Sound.
I mean, I thought I picked a quiet spot here, but clearly we're stuck in the watchman.
We are, yeah. They picked the wrong
But
ones.
we went in, this woman, God bless her. Do you know when somebody just go... She kept on saying the most inappropriate shit, and it was fucking amazing.
Yes.
What was it she said to you?
About eating. She was...
one of the girls went, hey, I was saying to Joe, she goes, so, do you know what, all the guys' chips look lovely, could I have
a little thing of chips? And they come in those like tiny little buckets, you know, the small little ones.
Yeah.
And I love being served chips in like, I set it up above, I was like, a little bucket.
Tiny anything.
Tiny anything.
They give it to you in a tiny bath.
And a tiny,
like, yes.
oh my God, tiny bath for sauce.
Yeah.
Just tiny, or like little milk bottles, the tiny ones with milk in them.
Yeah.
It's so old school and it's lovely, but she brought out a fucking, what was that, a bucket of chips, as in like a proper full size.
It was ridiculous. But even before she brought the chips out, it was... She
said something
she
about...
went,
oh, you were going back 10 stone heavier.
Like,
right.
And you could, even if she walked away, she could have owned that moment.
Yeah.
And went, alright, bit weird to say that.
Kept
because
going.
people in the arts industry tend to be quite conscious of their weight and whatnot and our appearance. But thank you very much. But she could have owned it, but she didn't. She stayed standing there knowing what she'd said was fucking wrong. And she kept on going,
Wouldn't that be mad? Wouldn't that be mad?
You couldn't get up the road for the fatty.
You die diabetes.
Your toe falls off a couch.
You get so depressed you kill yourself. Oh, I'm so fat.
Your mother can't look at you because your nose fell off. Your family won't even speak to you because you're so grotesque. But you're looking, lads, enjoy your meal.
You have to get the crane to get you out the window.
Wash yourself with a stick. Wash yourself with a stick. And this is quite...
Pushing the fat back with a broom hand. Trying to reach yourself.
Get under mama's curtains right now.
Okay, right.
But this, and that was that. I fucking love...
Because we took that joke way too far.
We just gave you the tame version of how far we went to that.
We were the only people in the restaurant because they actually stayed behind for us because they were closed at 4.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad on that, like, because nobody wants to stay behind. Like, nobody's getting paid.
They served us because the way I was dressed, they were probably afraid I'd come after them. My father to cut a finger. Oh no.
I love that. You prefaced the whole thing. That was really funny. You went, oh no, Rachel, what have you done? It was like that moment. Do you know when you watched, like, they were like 90s sitcoms, and maybe it would be about a teenager or based around it, like the Goodyear, or the, what's it? No.
The
Wonder Years.
Yeah.
But you know, like, he's in the middle of a fight, or something's about to break out, and all of a sudden it freeze frames.
And you hear the voice over.
Narrator. So, that was me, 1982. I didn't know I was about to get punched in the face right at that moment, and that was you just there.
That was me just there.
You just
out of body experience.
You just basically just said, guys, I looked like a traveller.
Oh God.
And what I'm saying is, I looked like I was on the way to a wedding, and they were all terrified of me. He's ruined the crooked finger bit as well, which is glorious because it's It's just apt. And then you went outer body in the same room, in the same recording, right beside me. You went, oh no.
No. I did that in life.
Do you?
No.
No, what have I done?
No.
What have
What
I
have
done?
you done, Rachel?
So
No.
we we got weird. Let's talk about you. I don't know enough about because we never talk about acting or anything. We just rip the piss.
Yeah, we do.
Which is brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
But I need to know more about you. Acting wise,
There's nothing about me. I'm
where
very
did you
boring.
know? You see, actors do that. You're the worst fuckers in the world for self-promotion and everything. I swear to God, you should be egomaniacal lunatics like us stand-up comedians.
Oh no, we're not. You see us even when we come out for a bow.
I
Like,
know,
if you're doing a play, it's like, oh yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Well, you do. You did you get taught how to bow?
Or yeah, well, kind of. But
No, did you? Because I didn't know how to bow.
you didn't know how to bow.
I didn't. I was curtsying. Until Richie caught me. Year one, Richie went, what the fuck are you doing? Richie Hayes, friend of the podcast, said out the side of his mouth going, what the fuck are you doing? I went, I don't know.
I want you to curtsy.
I was doing like a plie. Like a fucking...
Wow.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Play, Tom.
I didn't know. And even the first time with Caveman, I came out and everybody, it was a standing ovation. It was amazing. I went, oh, fuck.
And
What do I
play.
do? I bow? Do I play? Do I go out and shake everybody's hand in the audience?
Oh.
Because in stand-up you just say, that's been my time, good looking, thanks.
You don't
And
bow
walk
in
up.
stand-up?
No. There's only Al Porter was the only person who ever bowed in stand-up. Because he just hey!
I bet he did. Oh no, I'm only joking. Oh no. Yeah. Will you put a disclaimer at the bottom of it or something? Oh,
This is my
I
fucking
don't
podcast.
even know him.
Nobody's coming near me on this fucking thing. It's
I
fine.
said Hal Porter.
Hal Porter.
Hal. He's a cousin. He's a second cousin. Second cousin of my mother.
No, he was honestly, he was the only one
would know.
because he'd come straight from the panto theatre world. So I suppose she just went, fuck it.
Yeah.
I just gave you a performance. But stand-ups are
Stand
like,
for me, yeah.
we're quite like actors
cool?
in a lot of... No, I don't think it's too cool. It's the social... Awkward.
Social awkwardness?
It's not done. It's just not done.
Yeah, okay.
And to do it would be quite a fucking... Because you've got to go back to your peers...
A load of other
your
stand-ups
peers,
in the
your
background.
colleagues and whatever going...
What are you doing, bone?
The fuck was that?
Yeah, the fuck is that?
Do you know what? Immediately after Christmas, I'm going to get one of the lads to... I'm going to see can I start.
Yeah.
Because we fucking...
Start the bow.
Start the bow, we should.
Then you'll be known.
Did you get taught how to bow?
I'm not taught, but you would have seen older actors doing it and you would try and practice. Like, because I couldn't bow properly before, like when you were a kid, like, and you'd like bend your knees at the same time or you do something strange or, yeah.
Yeah, because you all have it down. You do the floppy hand.
The floppy hand. And it's also sort of a, I've just given you a performance and now I'm dead. And
Put me back on cryostasis.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
It's when you put your hands into like a prayer position.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
see
the
actors
one.
who are like,
That's the one.
who are like, thank you. Like I've just put my heart out there. Thank you. That's so cringe. That's so cringe.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
I've seen a few people do that, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh Jesus. It's that. Oh no.
Oh no.
So, did you always want to be an actor?
Yeah, always.
Did you? There was never a moment where you went, fucking boys and girls, I think I'll be a vet.
Well, every week now since becoming an actor, I think that.
Welcome to showbiz, kids.
Welcome to showbiz, yeah. Get ready for insecurities and depression. It's a rodeo.
And overdrafts.
Woo! And avoiding taxes, if possible.
If possible.
Oh, God.
But it is, like, but, do you know it's at the same time...
It's a lot of practicing your signature on the dole, like.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. But
Yeah.
it's... At the same time, like, I was driving up here the other day, I was fucking knackered. It was after opening night.
Yeah.
It was just that... We stuck
Because
around
after
that.
all the tech and all the thing, and you just get there and you're like, oh, we did it.
Yeah.
We
and
got there.
You do, you fucking... And you don't go straight home, you gotta hang out and stuff like that.
You have to hang out with the other people.
Humanity. Fucking, I just want to fucking climb into a box. But the idea is the stasis fucking can't stay. So you're on the job for fucking 14 hours, really. Like, and the next morning I was knackered and I was driving to the fucking theatre. But it was pissing icy rain. We're talking about 2-degree rain sideways. And there's a gang of lads working, they were ripping out an old footpath. And they were obviously going to replace it with a new one. I hope they weren't stealing it.
I love that. I love that.
Two blokes had like fucking concrete saws going like flat out, blowing fucking dust up into their face, and another guy was swinging a fucking sledge. And I'm thinking, at first I was in traffic going, God, I wouldn't mind that now.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that because that's what I do when I look at other jobs. I wouldn't mind
Rachel,
that.
I've done that job.
Have you?
Yeah, and you would not mind that job
Yeah.
for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But
And then you get bored, don't
to
you?
do 10 hours of it.
God, that's
Every
tough.
day, 5.5 days a week, like. And
Because if you look at what we do.
that's what I mean. Then I drove into the theatre and you're walking down the corridor going, I could have danced. Hello. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Tom.
You're like Robin. She has a new accent for me every day. It's like, good morning, Tom.
Good
Hello.
morning.
And you're walking past and like, okay, this isn't.
Yeah.
This isn't
This
too
isn't
bad.
so bad.
This isn't
Yeah.
too bad. I mean, it pulled mentally. It pulled stuff out of you. All right, you would be
Yeah.
knackered after, but you ain't getting no calluses on your fingers
No.
from this. Like you ain't getting a fucking bad back from
Pretty
it.
soft though.
It's
I've been in it since I'm about 3, so I'm soft as a person anyway. Like, especially from being an older child, to be pure soft. Like,
Would you?
someone hits you, and like, ah! Oh my god, I'm bruised.
Oh no! In saying that, your elbow hit my hand the other day.
Are you sure that was my elbow?
Well, you think
You
it
should
was?
see
I don't
the
know
size
who. I
of
don't know
Tom's hand.
whose elbow it was. To be
Okay, well, I
truthful.
did feel something bang my elbow.
That would be
but-
my hand.
Okay.
Yeah. We were travelling at approximately 14 miles an hour.
14 miles an hour.
Into both directions, i.e. 28 miles an hour was the impact onto my hand.
Yes.
But I was pushed into it by one of the dancers.
Oh,
who, don't worry,
Jesus.
she will be gotten back and I'll end her career.
You said she came in going, girl, Tom has it out for me. Oh my god.
She speaks like...
I'm dead. She is a legend. She is salt of the
She
earth.
speaks like how
She is
you would have
amazing.
spoken had
Yes.
you not gotten into
Had I
acting.
not gone to elocution lessons.
And where did you study acting then?
Well, I went to Montfort's when I was 3, and then went to CSN, Closh Stefan Neva.
Yes,
With
yeah.
Marion Wyatt, and from there then just did professional shows, went to Barcelona to the Actors Space. And
What?
Yeah.
You can't just skip straight from... Oh,
Yo,
so
there
I
I am,
mean-
go. It's
so I
because
mean-
it's very boring, so I don't want to be like, and then.
If I thought I was born, I wouldn't have John.
Oh.
So I need to know. So the gap between Stefan Neva,
Yeah.
we'll get to there to what, like 18, 20?
18. And
18.
then did 2 years there, I think.
I just imagine it like the school in Fame, where you're all going around just dancing down the corridor, and you have like adult-looking faces.
Well, no, do you know what? Because I did stage management there.
Oh, did you?
Stage, do you know why? Because did you?
Fucking voice came out of.
Did you?
This is what happens when I sit with you, because my voice never stays where it's supposed to stay. It's like, so all of a sudden, go, ah, good morning. So
So what was I saying?
you stage management. What if the acting shit to dead?
Do you know why? Because I did the Leaving Cert, got the points that I would have wanted if I wanted to go off and do a course, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll do that course, okay. And then I was like, no, I want to do acting. So I was like, Mom, I'm going to do the course in CSN acting. By the time I had made the decision, because I was so indecisive, the course was full, and I was like, oh, what am I going to do for the year? What am I going to do?
Yeah.
And my mum was like, well, you can't, like, the course for UCC has started. What are you going to do? So she rang Stefan Nafe, and they were like, look, the acting course is full, but there's stage management and theatrical. And I was there, no, so dramatic. I don't want to be a stage
Imagine
manager.
your hand at the back and
At
your
the-
hand on your forehead, like, ah,
Oh, you should have
Mother.
seen me. I swear to God, like, I was the
inconsolable.
most unorganized person you could meet. Like, actors are predominantly, we're quite unorganized and quite, a bit, all
You
over
need to
the
be
shop.
wrangled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have the discipline of the dancers, I don't think. Like, they're fab. Like, they come in and they do their warm up and they do their, and we're
I imagine dancers like animals.
yeah.
But like a bunch of ferrets. Like they can sleep anywhere. They're all bendy, and they're
And
all
then-
quite promiscuous. And they all flop around the place. No, they are. They are in their early 20s. They all are, and they're all a little. They're all a
around the place.
little. They're all quite the same thing in that they're quite androgynous, in that the men are little like the women, and the women
men
are
are like little women.
No, and the women are like little men, and they're all flopping around, and they sleep on top of each other, and they just like ferrets all sleep in a ball. Like,
Okay.
So I'd look at them and go, "You're adorable, but you're not like real people."
Yeah.
Like.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I really, I can,
Yeah.
and then you ask them to do it. Like I was speaking, one of the girls I was speaking with, and she was like, "Tom, I'm a dancer. I don't know anything."
Is that what she said?
And I went, but you're
She's
gifted.
so clever.
But you're gifted through your feet. What
Yeah.
you're putting yourself down. Which,
Because that's one thing that they would.
it's a form of genius. The things they can
They're
do.
very
Like.
funny though when they talk about feet, because even Haley Joe, again, she was looking at herself sitting on the wall, and she was like, oh my God, look at my feet, I can't point my feet in those shoes. And I was like, but you're not dancing in that moment, you're acting. Like, so why do you need to have your feet pointed? She's like, no, I have to have my feet pointed. And they were all really like concerned about someone else's feet on a photograph, going, oh my God, look at her ankles, they're not
Really?
pointed. Yeah, which I find, I've never been concerned of what my feet are doing. Like, I probably should have. Maybe I'd be a better dancer if I did.
How to get to the bottom of
How
Rachel's
to get
dancing
to the bottom
career.
of it.
The girl has never looked at her
Never
feet.
looked at her feet before. I didn't even know I had feet. Are these my
I
hands?
thought these were stumps I was dancing on. I never once in all my life looked down.
Look down, always up, always look
My
up,
mother
darling.
always said, look up.
Always
do not.
look up, never
But
down.
it's so it does. They do kind of fucking amaze me. So
Mm.
and in you go from there then stage, which is good to know what the fuck is going on.
No,
it's
is
a great
good.
background to
Do you
have
know
first.
what? They always say if you're going to go into acting, you should do that just to see what kind of a job it is and how hard it is on the backstage
Oh
crew.
yeah,
Because you see them being unappreciated in so many different...
yeah.
You know what I mean? And
They have to wear black all the time, like
Have
they're
to wear black,
goths.
like
Even if you're not a goth, you
Yeah.
have to wear black because you have to blend in with the curtains in the back and not be seen.
there's so many rules. There's so many, like...
It's so, isn't it funny? Like their job is so juxtaposed to what our job
Yeah.
is. Don't you
Without them.
fucking dare be seen. Don't you dare be seen. If you're seen, I'll fucking take you out and shoot you in the backyard.
Yeah, whereas us...
Us, don't you fucking dare hide.
Don't you
Get
hide.
out, be front.
You'll be seen, you'll be
You'll be
seen.
seen and be
You'll
every
be
video
seen
seen.
by everybody.
It's so.
Don't stand behind
and-
anyone, don't
and
any
we're only,
stand in
at
front
any
of
one
you.
time, we're only like 12
Yeah.
feet away from them because they're just behind you, moving shit.
Moving
And like
shit.
you have to be strong as fuck and everything. So it is an odd.
Yeah.
It's an odd juxtaposition. But did you go then?
Also,
Yeah.
Marion got me into a play then because she was like, oh, you do acting as well. Like, she knew kind of that's what I wanted to do, really.
Yeah.
She had me stage managing a show and I showed up on opening night like I was going to my own opening night of like some amazing show that I was in, which I wasn't, in like open toe shoes. Now that's a no-no. That's a no-no in stage management.
Oh, yeah.
Open toe shoes. And like a little skirt and a little and I was ready to call the show and she looked at me and was like, sweetest Jesus, what are you wearing? And I was like, it's opening night, Mary. She's like, oh my God, we need to get you boots or something.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah,
You can't,
yeah.
like, and I was like, oh no, I don't know if this is for me. It's too much.
So what was the first
too
play?
much
What was the first
responsibility.
play you did?
Oh God. Well, see, I would have started in like panto with Montfort's.
Oh,
So I was like Humpty Dumpty, and I
Where are you
photogra-
Humpty Dumpty?
I need to bring in photographs and show
Oh,
you.
please tell me you're Humpty Dumpty.
I was Humpty Dumpty.
Where are you?
Oh yeah, I was painted yellow and I had on a big fat suit.
The voice that I did for them was like Bosco. Hello, boys and girls.
That was the voice I did. I was 11 or something, 11 or 12.
Can I hear some more of Humpty? Give me Humpty
Oh, it's a
Dumpty's
very-
lines. What would his
I
lines?
just
Her
can't
lines be?
remember. I sang, you know what? I mimed Mambo number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
As an egg.
As an egg. And I had on like these white gloves and I had these two little girl dancers that I was doing this strange dance. It was so odd, like I was 11 or 12. I had on the, you know, those like Mario Luigi gloves that you wear. These white gloves and this like Frank Sinatra gold glittery trilby and this egg costume. I will get you photographs.
Suffering sweet Jesus.
Yeah, I'll get you photos.
That's amazing. Like, and people think, and like, are you like? But I consider myself a stand-up who's getting by in acting.
Mm.
But when you ask any of you, like, oh well, yeah, you know, I was 11. I played an egg. That was a man who. Like,
Yeah, I was playing a man, like I was playing a male egg.
I'm like,
Like, if you think about it. And then I went into school and the teacher actually called my mum and dad and they were like, we're really worried. Does Rachel have jaundice? And they were like, oh, no, she's in the panto, but she can't get the yellow off her face. They thought I jaundice. Speaking of jaundice with your child. Like, they actually thought I jaundice.
wow.
I couldn't get the yellow off. And I used to do I remember not doing my homework in primary school because I got into this show. And they were like, why didn't you do it? And I was like, because I'm in the show.
And I've jaundice.
Teacher. And I'm jaundice.
And so then Stefan Neff is over.
Stefan F is over.
What happens next?
I went into a show. Mary got us into, what was it called? Oh, Don Quixote. Do you know that one?
It's a comedy, isn't it?
No.
Is it a comedy? No.
Well, yeah, kind of, but it's quite dark as well.
Yeah.
Don Quixote. Isn't
I know the book. It's a really
What's
old
the name
book.
of the
Yeah.
musical? Is it Don Quixote? No,
Oh, right. Well, the book is Don Quixote. Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the musical.
I was raging to find out there was nothing to do with donkeys.
Really? Don Quixote.
I'm so well educated on the arts.
donkey.
Lovely donkey.
So went into that and then started just doing plays and shows and worked with Mary Curtin. She's an amazing director in Cork. Worked with her, and then went to Barcelona and did the actor space over there.
What's the actor space over there?
It's such an incredible course. Like any actor.
I think I know a girl. She's half Spanish, half from Waterford.
Did she go to it?
I think
in
she, and I
Barcelona?
think she's still kind of stuck in it a bit. Anna Rosa is her name.
Oh,
She's
Anna Rose, I might know her.
She lives over there. She's,
Yeah.
Well, when she speaks with an Irish accent because she's half and half, but she then speaks with a Barcelona accent. But she
What's
runs
her surname? Does it start with a C?
easy. Yeah, I find her on Instagram. Yeah, she's.
I think I was in a play with her.
Well, yeah, she's an Irish girl, like. But
did she go to UCC?
Oh, she's a good. She's from Munster. I now know that, like. But how many Anna Roses would you ever meet? She has a radio.
She has a radio show.
Yeah. I did a radio. I was gigging in Barcelona.
I did Death of a Salesman with her in the Everyman.
Go away.
Yeah.
Well, by Jesus.
Well, there you go now. Didn't even know that about. See, we never talk.
No,
about
no,
life.
it's shit talk. It's funny, trying to outdo each other with silly shit.
Yeah,
that's all that is. But you kind of.
I could never compete with you, like the comedian. Like
I don't know. Like, listen, it's in the real world. I could be a very boring fucker. In fact, I'd probably walk around with a big fucking angry face to me. But it's
resting bitch face.
Resting cunt face.
Resting cunt face.
But it's when you get to stage. And it's you could be the funniest. Like, cause it's the age old adage where people go, I like you could be on stage, lad. You know the gas bucket on the pub.
Yeah.
And as you well know, from you crafting since the age of 3.
You get it from taxi drivers.
Come here.
Yeah.
I tell you a joke. You can use this one, a comedian, is it? And you're like, I fucking won't. But go on.
But they're usually quite dirty. They're usually
dirty or racist.
Filthy, yeah.
Dirty or racist.
I'm not a racist, but.
Yeah, but as they look around their shoulder, you go. I know something racist is coming right now. Yeah. So, you. I don't know. I don't think I'm. People have asked me, am I reserving it? Like, am I hanging hold? You're not really. You're a different person when you step on.
Yeah.
Even though it is you as a stand-up, it's a different. But I definitely think you could give it a go.
Oh God, I don't know.
I
have
know.
no material to say. Be like this all over again.
No,
I'm like, I've nothing to say. No,
it wouldn't. Well, you could pick your theme, and if you were given 5 minutes to work on, so you needed 5 minutes in 6 weeks' time, you would have it.
But see, would you go with like? I wonder what kind of character you'd be on the stage. You know what I mean? You know
that don't worry about that. That comes. Okay. That's taken me 9 years to find.
You know the way some people come on and they are quite slow in how they're talking.
No, I wouldn't.
People find that funny. And there's
anybody I advise is just go.
Just be you.
Be you as close to you as you can be, because that's people see through it straight away.
Yeah,
they'll see through it straight away.
Yeah.
Like, and if they do like. Maybe 2 minutes in, they'll go, oh, right, that's not actually what they're like.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're hyperactive fucking... I would tell one story and have five voices in it. You know what I mean? Because you can do voices so well. Like, So that would be what I would do if I was you. I think it's a good medium. Why not?
Do you know, I'd love to try it.
Well, you've said it to me. That's the one thing you've said continuously is that you'd love to give it a go.
Just to give it a go. But I would be so afraid of getting completely roasted people would... Has that ever happened to you where you've been on stage and it's just flopped and you're like, oh God, please Star Trek me out of here, like this is not...
Yeah. But it's a case of nut up and shut up, like, you know what I mean? So it's...
But then to get back up and do it, and...
Yeah, but thankfully it hasn't happened very often. I think I came to stand...
I'm brilliant!
Do you know what it is? I came to stand up quite late. So, and I worked in the real world for a long time, so I understood people.
Yeah.
So I had...
To be relatable, because that's what's funny,
I could relate to people. If the material was shit in the bed, at least I could fucking speak to somebody in the audience and go, what the fuck's going on here? And your man can chuckle, and that'll nearly get people outside and go, Jesus Christ, I think I left the buildings for this shit.
Yeah.
You know, and you can kind of have that bit, because you see people that come in so young and they're just machine gun stuff. And they're amazing, but you drop them into an environment that isn't a comedy club.
Yeah.
That's the only time it's ever happened.
Yeah.
Is an environment where it's not a comedy club. And somebody's got, like, I've never done a wedding, I never will, but people would pay decent money, would you come and do half an hour at a wedding? I'm like, absolutely not. Are you out of your mind? People aren't expecting me, people don't want me, people haven't paid to see me, they're eating their fucking dinner, they want to get drunk, and this prick stands up and goes, take me what, please? You know, could you ever fuck up? No. But I'll never forget, it happened. I was early, like maybe 2-3 years in, because I started in Cork. Yeah. There was a great comedy scene in Cork when I started. Then I wrecked it.
It's gone now.
I was doing a gig. There was a great little venue over. The bar was called LV, but it's something else down the end of McCurtain Street.
Yeah, I know what that is.
And the club has actually moved around the building. It was out the back, out the side, then it was up fucking
the
stairs.
shade.
And I remember I was doing a gig there, and the woman that was running it was a lovely woman. She'd an acting school actually as well, out in Douglas. Anne-Marie.
Oh, yeah.
Her husband writes for the Examiner.
Anne-Marie, I think
Oh, Jesus, why can't I think of her? She's a gas woman.
What's her stage school name?
It's now up Mount Oval in Rochestown.
I think
which I used to be a civil engineer over.
Were you?
Yeah. So that's...
forgot you're a civil engineer.
But yeah, she says to me, would you do an extra gig while you're down? I went, extra gigs, that sounds great. And I never forget, my wife came with me, my girlfriend at the time, she was like, are you sure you should be doing this gig? Because it sounds too good to be true. An extra gig, and it was paying decent money for it. I went, sure, we're down early enough, it'd be grand.
I still do it, yeah.
It was out, she didn't tell me what it was for, anything at all. It was going to be out in a hall in Douglas. A small little hall in Douglas, and you have to do 20 minutes. And I said, sure, I'll do the same 20 minutes there that I'm going to do inside town. That'll be lovely.
Yeah.
I walked in. It was the ICA. Yeah. For anybody listening outside of Ireland, that is the Irish Countrywomen's Association. which...
What material do you want?
Oh, sweet Jesus. I walked on and they looked at me like I was a fucking stripper or something. Oh my... And I'd been prefaced by a guy playing the spoons for 20 minutes before me, which they all loved and clapped along.
So your man playing the spoon.
Clapping along.
Clapping to the spoon.
And then... So... We're going to have a comedian up next. They're all rubbing their hands together going, oh great, it's going to be Brendan Grace talking about his mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And what? Oh Jesus, I love it. I love a bit of comedy. I love a bit of... You could see this in all these blue rinse fuckers' hair. I walk on
Blue rinse
and I'm pretty much like, what's up bitches? And I've got to stand up there for 20 minutes. And I could see my wife down the back just fucking howling.
She was enjoying it.
She was loving it.
She was laughing.
I have never seen such a shit show in all my life. Oh my and because I'm an ignorant fucking pig, another person would have went, good night and thanks.
Good night.
After about 3 minutes.
You wanted a
I
laugh.
went, no, I've been paid to do
laugh.
20 minutes. And I'm going to fucking get
I'm going to get laugh out she do. I don't care what.
oh my jeez, I got to laugh somewhere, I think, and I exited the stage right, that's it. And then like a guy playing, a father and daughter playing banjos. It came on immediately after. And thankfully they rescued the situation. Oh, it was a fucking shit show.
Oh God.
I've had a couple, like, but it only, and they're getting rarer and rarer, but they're always in places where comedy shouldn't be.
Yeah.
They're out of their environment.
Yeah.
And only then where people haven't fully chosen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To go
and watch a comedy. It's like a magician at a wedding. My mum hates magicians.
I'm not a fan.
And when she's at weddings, she always goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake, here he comes out, the magician," and then she can't stand him.
I'm fucking with her on that one.
Yeah. Magic. Whereas I love it. Like, I think it's great.
I think you're just a very sympathetic person to people who are performing. More than anything, you're like, I should go on. You could probably see the trick out your fucking blind ear and go,
oh, that was brilliant.
Great.
You're fab.
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
And then you end up in was Young Offenders your first TV?
That was my first TV gig.
Was it?
Yeah. I only wanted to do theatre.
And what was your major find? Because here's the thing, I'd only done TV. And then
really?
Yeah.
Oh, you did Damo and Ivor,
yeah.
I haven't seen that yet. I heard it's brilliant though.
Yeah, don't worry, it gets replayed all the time.
Oh,
and it's so funny, you could tell when it's being replayed because all of a sudden people started looking at me really strange in shops.
They recognise it.
And that's the thing, because
and then they're unexpected. The voice.
I don't. Yeah, and that's the thing. They hear my voice, then they're like,
"Oh, it's not him." Yeah.
What? And I don't have my hair up in a fjord spike bleached,
yeah.
And I'm not walking around going, "Hey, my actual God."
Oh my God.
Or I'm in a completely. Like I was in a scrapyard a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And it obviously had been repeated. And I wanted a fucking wing for a car that a friend of mine was looking for, and I knew I was passing. And I went into the place. I was like, "Come here, you wouldn't do me now a fucking favour, would you?" And your man was going, "What do you want?" I said, "I'm looking for a fucking wing for an old Audi." And your man goes, "What? Like the guy's head just started mashing. I went, "I fucking know what's going on here." And I'm standing there like a pair of Snickers boots and fucking all. Did you have a? And he goes, "Did you have a brother that was in Damo and Ivor?" I went, no, I was in it. He goes, "You fucking weren't."
Do the accent.
I said, "Fucking was, yeah." And because the picture in front of him was not
matching
what
he had.
He thought people walked around like you walk around as a genie all day long. Yeah. So how did you find being in front of the camera?
Oh God, do you know what?
Difference wise, like what did you find different? Because you're at this stage of the age. I'm talking over here, but the question is, being a connoisseur, would you fucking have to be? I know you won't admit it, but being from the age of 3 to the age of 30, that's 27 fucking years of staging, being on a stage, and you even did a fucking year in stage tech. What did you find camera wise? Do you go, this piece of piss?
Do you know what?
Or what did you-
I was nervous beforehand.
Were you?
I was shitting myself. And that first, because I was thinking, it's a completely different beast. Like, this is...
Yeah.
And I've avoided doing camera work because I just wanted to do theatre. And everyone was like, you should do... Like, there's more money in TV and film. You should, like...
Less effort.
Less effort.
Yeah.
Theatre does take a lot of energy out of
Yeah.
you, like repeating the same thing over and
But you're
over again.
projecting, like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, with camera, you're projecting to a yoke that's only 3 feet away.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly. And you can pull it all back.
Oh, yeah.
But what I didn't... So the first day was like just meeting everyone and
Going around shaking hands
going
with
around
each other.
shaking-
And
yeah, and with and they're all so lovely and they're so nice, and you just do a read through of the script and then that's it. You get paid for that day.
Yeah.
Like in theatre, it's like, have you got your own like costume? Or no budget now for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was lovely there. But I was very nervous. But then because of the group that they were, because
Yeah.
I know them. I know a lot of them so well.
Oh, did you? Well, that was
Yeah.
good.
Like because Hillary had gone to CSN as well, and Shane Casey, I know him years since I'm about 17. We painted a set for a show that I was stage managing under Milkwood, yeah, in the Granary Theatre. So me and Shane
Under
Casey,
Milkwood, yeah.
myself and Billy Murphy, because he was a painter. So
Yeah.
we
Is he
painted
got,
the
has he
set.
a play out now, a one-man play out at the
He
minute?
does wet paint.
Wet paint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Right, very good.
Actor. Yeah, very good actor. I think it's 3 of them in it. I think there's 3 actors in it. Michael Sands, Ethan Dillon, and himself. Yeah,
Would you do a one-woman play?
I did
Did you?
last year. That's been my goal all my life, is to do a 1-woman show.
Fuck, right.
And I did it last year, and I think it's coming back next year.
What is it? What play did you do?
Centre, Iphigenia and Splat.
Iphigenia and Splat.
Yeah.
So break down that thing,
So,
title
not
for
itchy
me.
vagina, which someone else was calling it.
Oh, God, I can totally...
How you win itchy vagina?
That'll be the title of today's show.
Itchy vagina.
Episode 133.
Rachel acting
in exclamation marks, itchy vagina. By Rachel O'Connell. At first it itched, then it scratched. I didn't know if I'd hatched. I was an egg, I lost a leg, and now I'm off to buy a
Bash.
pig. I don't know what I just did there.
Fair play, Tom, fair play.
Tell me about Iphigenia.
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 So it's a... Jesus, where is he from? Wales. I think it's a Welsh play, Gary Hines. And we did the Irish premiere of it last year.
Right.
So she basically lived in like, we based it in North Cork. And
Oh, great, you were allowed to adapt
I
it.
was allowed to do my own
Great.
accent. Yeah, they wanted that because they said for the audition, come in your own accent, do like, but exaggerate it more, like, make it more.
Go heavy on the
Go heavy
cock.
on the cock, boy.
Should hit
So,
the blah, blah,
blah,
blah.
blah, blah, like a motorbike.
Yeah.
And so she's living in the flats. She spends her days drinking, doing drugs, very unhappy. But you think she's quite a tough character because she comes out and the first thing she does, like, instead of trying, the way you always try and make the audience love you from the very
Yes,
moment
yeah.
she gives them the finger. So she basically
Great.
tells
What a
them all
great
to
start.
fuck off, and she's like,
Great
it's like, you're
start.
looking at me up here now and you want me to...
So
to
she
record.
walks out. I fucking love that. She walks
Yeah,
out on stage
walks out.
and sticks the
She's
finger.
like, you lot looking at me like what you want me to do, impress you, is it? And she gives them the finger, and it starts from
so
there.
aggro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
what's that meaty bit right when you stick the finger up? What's the reaction?
you can feel it. They're like, fuck. It's like, they don't like her. She's
yes.
quite scary.
Or is she... Oh, yeah. 'Cause
She's quite scary,
Me personally,
she's
I'd be
quite
intrigued. I'd go, I want to fucking aggressively go after this character and
Yeah.
find out what...
Yeah. And so then you follow her in a day in her life, and it's the things that she gets up to. So she's literally smoking, drinking. She's with some fella that she has no interest in really, and then she ends up meeting this fella on a night out, and she just falls completely head over heels in love with him. And she sees that because he was in the army or something, so his leg was blown off.
Yeah.
When he was out in Afghanistan, I think it was. And so she sees that he's basically injured too.
Yeah, he's broken as well.
He's broken,
yeah.
like she is. And she falls madly in love with him, ends up being pregnant, and feels that she's not lonely anymore. So you see the most, like, she becomes beautiful as a character because of not feeling that she's fallen in love now, and you see this beautiful side of her. And then it's all downhill from there then.
Don't ruin the entire
That's
play.
not good, like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's sad. But it's about sacrifice, and something that she sacrifices for, it's how people who are like, you know, when people are like on the dole and other people who are like working are like, them fuckers, and they're like, they're like doing cash in hand and they're on the dole and they're avoiding tax and all this. But it's actually like the big corporations that are avoiding massive taxes.
Yeah.
Not the regular folk who are trying to literally survive and get by. You know what I mean? It's like big companies who are avoiding taxes and stuff.
But yeah, they're not building roads on the basis of
Exactly.
Joe down the road paying a couple of grand tax every year.
Exactly.
No, it's
You know what I
but
mean?
that is the reality.
So it's that kind of a and you know what? It was lovely to do something so meaty.
There'd be
the
meat
Cork
on that,
accent,
and allowing you to do that. That's brilliant.
I love the Cork accent.
Yeah,
There's nothing. It's so.
Do you know what?
I love going home and just hearing someone saying something like the taxi driver. Where were you now up in Dublin, is it? And I'm like, oh, I love you. It's just brilliant.
I remember because I lived there for 8 years,
Yeah.
and it was.
Where were you? North or south?
Oh, I was kind of out Roachtown, Douglas direction.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me, Tom O'Malley.
Just relax yourself.
Rippstown Road.
Did they have any Morphys at the board? Did they?
Heiner for the Rhino. Finton.
Vitamin H.
Vitamin H.
But sticks of Heinemann.
You know what? That's awful because it's true. Like there are people like.
Oh,
that.
there are. Trust me, I've met them.
God.
I've met plenty of them doing what I did.
Ruggers, playing ruggers.
A bit playing ruggers, but mostly after doing Damon Ivor, these fellas just come out of the fucking woodwork. Like,
Really?
Oh yeah. Like you get lads coming up going, dude, I shit you not. You're like, you're actually speaking like that in real life, man. Because I did it as a piss take in my own head, and he went, he's really on the money. I'm like, man, because I had Paul Howard on the podcast.
Paul Howard,
I had him on the podcast.
He's
and
amazing.
I'd pretty much you to thank for a lot of my comedy career, because your phonetic writing is what allowed me
exactly for how you learned it.
And he goes, yeah, but I can't teach dickhead. You knew how to be a dickhead. I guess you're fucking right. Yeah, okay. I'd met enough arseholes in my time or whatever. Like, but it's but I know because I only lived over that side because that's where the job was.
Yeah.
What
were you doing now?
Mount Ogle. I was the engineer of Mount Ogle.
Engineer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So and then the rest of the workers in Carrigaline and stuff like that. So
Oh,
you're
okay.
all over that way.
Yeah.
Well, most of the lads I worked with were all from Norries.
Norries.
Bleh. And
what would you say? What was how he called it? Blah blah blah.
like, Georgie. And
My dad had a friend.
So I'm telling you, walking up, and this lad that I knew, Georgie, everything was out to say it was mouth. It was like
so no one else can hear.
Telling you a secret, and none of it was secretive.
Nothing.
It's like this is.
But they look around and they look around to make sure no one's listening.
Say not no, but
yeah.
come on, I'm over there.
Yeah.
And you go, I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking
Your
about
man.
what are we getting for lunch? Is that what you're saying? I don't. Or he'd tell you this story, and he'd get to a bit in the story that he felt didn't need to be said, so he'd go.
Blah, blah, blah.
Rather than just skipping it and get to the next part, you go, so, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, blah, blah,
Like,
blah.
No, I get it. I understand. We're not reading this. This is fine, George. This is absolutely fine. And he was...
That's so true, because
and
I always say blah, blah, blah.
What made me howl was, like, Cork is its own fucking entity in that it really is its own entity. Like, I know they talk about Wexford, being its own entity, because they did try to secede from the Union back in 1798, whatever, become their own country, which would have been fucking hilarious. But imagine everybody going, choir good,
no, Wexford.
But I'm like, there's words. Cork City has words that don't exist anywhere else.
Do you have Mog?
Mog.
Mog.
Oh, somebody being a Mog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we were trying to describe that to people from Dublin.
Yeah, no.
Like,
You're being a total fucking Mog.
A complete Mog.
I can't, like, there's a lot, like, there's, your Gowl, Gowl would be Limerick, Cork, I suppose, tip as well, but they no, not even just insult words, like Patrick Street became Pana.
Yeah.
Why stick an N? Why make it sound Asian?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Pana.
I have no idea. Like, and nobody can explain it to me. And I talk about these things, like, I used to do a bit when I was down in Cork. I go, like, if anybody here who isn't from Cork, if you need a quick run in, if somebody from Cork says, oh, well, yeah, that means fuck yourself.
That means not a hope. And
this is true. I remember I was after moving to Cork, and I was speaking with my now brother-in-law, and he's from Togher, which is actually spelled Togher. There's no K in it at all.
Togher.
It's probably Togher is what it should be called. But he says, go on away, I'll talk to you, and walks away. And I went, what kind of a fucking way is that to say goodbye to somebody?
Go on away, I'll talk
which basically
to you.
everybody else in the world hears, be gone, peasant.
Be gone. I'm done with you now.
Or the thing that threw me the biggest was my mate lived over in Loch Leans, and he
I came around the bend one Sunday morning over to visit him.
Yeah.
And I got a fucking road bowl into the radiator of my car. Dropped the fucking rat out of it.
Jeez.
And I'm like, what the? It was like I'd been hit by a fucking cannon. I got out and I was the cunt for getting in the way of their ball that they were throwing down the road. I ended up getting in a row with these travellers and these old fucking Northside men and stuff. I was like, who's going to pay for my fucking Raji cunts?
Oh, you just got in the car and drove
No,
away.
thankfully, I had a gun in the boot, so it was alright. I was ready to go to war, like.
I had a gun in the boot.
But,
For the hunting.
But yeah, exactly. So we could talk, like, realistically, now that you're getting into the vibe.
Oh, yeah.
So you're getting the vibe. But don't worry, we still got
No.
2 weeks together. There could
We
be,
do.
Yeah,
We do it again.
Yeah, there can be a podcast
Delete
too.
this one and
Nah.
get someone else on, and we'll do another podcast.
I need to ask you about Coppers.
Okay.
The fucking world, the
Coppers,
country.
the musical.
Who would have get, like, that a play could be written about a famous nightclub?
Yeah, because he was on. Did
Yeah.
he tell you that it was just sort of something that was thrown away?
Yeah.
God, we should have done one about Coppers because Anglo had all the legal
Yeah,
stuff
yeah, yeah.
happening, and it was like, oh yeah, and then it became
Maybe we should.
maybe we should. It's like Moulin Rouge,
Yeah.
but because because it's Ireland.
It is like the Moulin Rouge.
Exactly like Moulin Rouge, but because we're not French, it's not sexy. You know what I mean? Like Coppers.
Le Coppers.
Yeah, Coppers.
Could you do Vegas? Put it continuously in Vegas for 20 years like the Moulin Rouge?
Wouldn't
Like,
it be fab? That'd be
imagine
so
that,
cool.
putting a Coppers. You could put it maybe into one of the valleys or one of the fucking... Yeah.
Absolutely.
Coppers the
We
musical.
could go to Australia, all the Irish contingents.
What was it? What was that like?
Do you know what? I didn't realise it was going to be as big as it became.
Yeah.
I didn't.
When you see Paul Howard's name behind something,
Yeah.
you know it's going to be alright. Like, yeah.
But he's such a good writer.
Yeah.
Like,
His stuff
he
is so
gave
tight.
it-
Like,
it's so good. He's such, and the team that's behind it is so good. Like, we have an amazing producer. Like Donald is.
oh, yeah.
He's just brilliant. Like, and
Yeah, sure. I practically had half you on. Like, Carl Harper has been on as
Has
well.
Carl been on as well?
Yeah, because he was the
he's
first.
brilliant.
He was the first.
And Debbie, like they're all.
Yeah, I mean the amount
It's a
of
brilliant team. Like
the amount
such
of
a team.
It's
like family, Tom.
first time people
Yeah.
that have been on podcasts.
Really?
This is your first podcast.
Yeah.
I remember it was Carl's as well. He'd never been on a podcast. He was
Really?
just sitting there all excited, going, "Tell me more. Well, how does this work?"
Yeah.
It's on, Carl.
It's happening now.
We're still.
This is it.
Exactly.
But will you go back and edit? Or are you just going to put up this?
No, yeah, no. Like if there's no.
Like if there's a big blank and someone doesn't know
Yeah,
what's happening.
exactly.
you'll be
Yeah,
like,
I'll
oh,
pull them out.
edit.
All right, but no, people want to hear natural conversation.
Yeah.
Somebody's driving to a house right now as they're listening to this, maybe in a couple of days' time.
Yeah.
They don't want to be visiting. They know they're going to have to talk shit
Yeah.
and eat scabby biscuits and say, "Is
Scabby
Nana looking well? Huh?
Give your
Is
Nana a
looking-
hug.
Give
Give
Nana,
Nana a
give
hug."
Nana a kiss now."
What is she now? She's 93 now. 93 now.
But she,
She doesn't look a day over 92.
do you know, and they'll want to listen to this shit going, yeah, you know what, put on the fucking... And people, like, everybody links it through their Bluetooth now on their fucking cars, and everybody listens to this podcast driving.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so there's people in Australia, Canada. I've gotten, like, fucking... Some lads got stuff sent to... What was it? It's got 3 names in it.
Okay.
Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Listen to it.
And them lads bought merch. There's lads in fucking
I was
Russia.
going to say, are there people who try to sell you something?
There's two lads in
Please send
northern
me some money,
northern
Tom.
Russia. They're welders. And the lads love this shit. The lads sent me on a picture of the two of them wearing hoodies with fucking the logo on the
Oh,
back
I need
of
to
it.
get
Yeah.
a hoodie. I have to get a
Oh,
hoodie.
yeah, we'll get you some gear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hoodie.
I'll show you the merch shop
class.
later. But yeah, this is what podcasting is all about.
Yeah.
So don't worry, we can do another one in a few days' time too.
Let's do it.
All right.
Absolutely.
Rachel,
Yeah.
for your first ever podcast, it's been
Oh,
great.
Tanya, it's been a laugh.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.